Welcome to Those Guys Sports. It's your boy Mike. This is the part 2 of my 3-part of what happened with the Raptors, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make multiple videos saying this. And when I talk, I'm just talking, man. And I'm not really trying to I just want to talk to someone about this. This Raptor season wasn't great. We had a lot of ups and downs, like tons of ups and downs. But I said the number one reason, if you checked the last video, the number one reason is because this team had horrible role definition. And what I mean by that is that everyone wanted to be the number 2 option. Fred did, OG did, Gary did, and Scotty did. Those 4 guys all were competing to be number 2. Now sometimes that happens. Depending on the team, you don't know. And it can happen, like the Lakers. Who's their real number 3? I think arguably you would still say it's D'Angelo Russell. Right? Some teams still have that. Who's the number 3 in Boston? As long as you know that the number 1 is Jason, number 2 is Jalen, number 3 is probably still going to be Marcus Smart, and then it's going to be Brogdon, White, Horford, Williams. You just need order, and I felt like the Raptors team didn't have order. The most order they had was that Pascal was the number 1 guy, but some games, and I think there was a lot of games where Pascal didn't even shoot the most times, where I think this team would have been a lot better if they gave the ball to Pascal more. Now, mind you, Pascal may have had, a bad percentage if he shot more, if he went to the basket more, blah, blah, blah. But I just honestly think when you watch this game, the way that Pascal was dissecting some defenses, the way he was, hitting up a pull-up shot, the way he was going down to the basket, the way he was creating for his teammates, he needed the ball more. And I mean, he's needing the ball more so he can create more. He had the ability, he averaged 24, basically like 24, 8, and 6. That was Pascal's numbers. Those are pretty good numbers. The only guys to do that was Jokic, Giannis, LeBron, and Luka. All those guys are about to make an All-NBA. Why did Pascal not make it? Because he didn't get the ball enough. Not saying they might have to almost average a triple-double. You just felt like if he had the ball and he had more control of the offense, I think good things would happen. Now, mind you, I still think that Fred should have control of the offense. I still think Scotty should. Those are the 3 guys who, majority speaking, I think should have the ball in their hand. And of course, you're going to let, guys like Gary, guys like OG, lead the break or lead the offense a little bit, because that's just what an offense is. You got to let everyone touch the ball. But what happened with the Raptors is that everyone believed that they were the next All-NBA player, that they were the next All-Star. You can look at it. This season was confusion. Is Scotty the number 2 guy? Is he going to be the number 1 guy? OG, everyone was saying, I did not say this, but everyone was saying this, that OG is going to have a breakout year. OG is going to be the number 2 guy next to Pascal. OG this, OG that. OG is going to take a big leap. It didn't happen. It did not happen. Gary was a spark plug off the bench. Sometimes the spark plug off the bench is going to give you 20 points and may average 18. That's fine. But when he was starting, he also needed the offensive load. So we had so much guys who we were providing the offensive load to, there was no consistency. I think all season, all year, I'm going to keep harping the fact that I don't think the starting 5 is that bad. Some days I'm thinking to myself, and this is only the first week, but do we really got to trade everyone? Maybe not. Maybe you keep the same 5 guys. Maybe you got to just work on the bench. Maybe you just got to make more quality players that you can go 9 deep in the playoffs. Maybe that's what you do. Because I don't think the starting unit's bad. But what do I think needs to happen is we got to establish who's our number 1 guy. Okay, everyone can agree. It's Pascal. Pascal's our number 1 guy. Who's our number 2 guy? Okay, who is that? Is it going to be Scotty? Is it Fred? Let's just say for sake of this argument, I'm not saying it was what I want. Fred is your number 2 guy. Okay, who's your number 3? It is going to be who? Okay, that means for your starting 5, it's going to be Scotty. Number 4 is OG, number 5 is Pirtle. If you're saying it like that, that means OG is not going to take the ball and try to, get someone off the dribble. No, we're not doing that. He's not doing too much DHOs. Like, he's not doing all that. He's not calling the play for himself. He's going to get the plays for him. He's going to get a Pascal DHO. Pascal's going to drive and kick to him. He's going to be that guy. It's not him driving, kicking it to Pascal in the corner 3. No. OG's corner 3 shot was immaculate this year. He was so good at it. That's what he's going to be good at. Of course, if he has a mismatch, you exploit the mismatch just like how any team would do it. Mouse in the house is a term for a reason. But that's what should have happened. That OG, who everyone wanted to take a leap, and I believe himself, because a lot of people were saying how unhappy he was. But arguably speaking, if OG gets traded to any team, he's going to be the same guy. There's no team in the league that's going to say, OG, take us to the promised land. Unless he goes to Houston, where they'll be like, yeah, OG could be the number one guy for it right now. Just like how Jeremy Grant went to Detroit. Maybe OG's going to have that same thing. Or maybe you get lucky and he goes to the Portland Trail Blazers and then he becomes a number one guy because you traded Dame. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it has to happen for him to be a number one guy on the team. But when Jeremy Grant did it, nothing happened. He wasn't an all-star, wasn't an all-NBA. Nothing came of it. So when OG does it, it'll be the same thing. And quite frankly, with OG's game, he's just probably not that guy. Now with Scottie, I love what he did in the fourth quarter. I said it in my last video, he was inconsistent throughout the season. He didn't show a lot of energy, and he's the type of guy that needs to show energy. When he shows energy, good things happen for the team. Fred shoots a lot. I get it. I was infuriated with that Fred shot, and I think everyone knows that shot I'm speaking of, against the Bulls, when I felt like he could have had the lane. He had running mates with him. I feel like they had a fast break. They had the advantage, and he just hit a pull-up that he missed. Oh, Fred, I love you. I love you, Fred. But that was just a horrible shot. I think if you rewatched it, Fred, you would admit that was a horrible shot. I think he wanted to do like a momentum thing, and sometimes momentum does help out, but it just wasn't a good shot at all. But if Fred's going to be that guy, then he's going to have to shoot just as much, right? Gary, like I said, with Gary, he's going to shoot. That's what his goal is. You want him to shoot. You want him to be the one. He's another guy who can break down the defense. You want him to score. That's his main goal, is to score. And Pascal's your number one. Pascal, I didn't check the numbers because I'm just speaking from my heart. I don't know, probably shot maybe 16 to 18 times a game. I think that has to go to 20 to 22 times a game. Pascal needs to shoot that much. You need role definition. When the bench comes, when Precious comes, Precious needs to know, we are not giving you the ball to become the point guard. You're not the point forward. That's not happening here. You're going to get the ball at the post to get an easy shot. We're going to give you, once again, have the ability to shoot threes. We're going to do driving kicks, a bunch of driving kicks to you. You got to hit your shots. Same with Boucher. Play with energy and be that extra guy. Out-energize the other team's bench. That is their goal. That's their role. But sometimes you feel when Precious was on the court, Precious was like, okay, I'm the number two guy now. Let's go. And that just doesn't need to happen. Everyone needs to have a role definition. And even with role definition, it's Scottie's a point guard. He has everyone around him. He has Pascal over here at the elbow. He can give to Pascal to go to work. He has OG here. He has Pearl at the dunker spot, and he has Fred over here at the other corner. So he has his corner guys. He's in the middle. He can dictate. So can Pascal. He can dictate. Maybe you put Scottie at the elbow. Like, there's multiple things you can do with this team that can help it. But this free-flowing offense of everyone gets a turn, it's not working, and it's not going to work. It's not what this team needs. This team needs so much work, and I believe a lot of it has to do with role definition. And my biggest thing with role definition is that if everyone believes that they're the number one guy, it becomes hero ball. And you can't have hero ball. You need to have the ability to pass it out. You have the ability to trust your teammates. And that's what needs to happen with this team. There has to be an ability. You need to look at guys like Flynn. If Jeff Downing Jr. is on the court, Banton's on the court, and you're a Pascal, you're a Fred, you're an OG, you look at these guys and be like, hey, we trust you to make shots. Scottie, we trust you to make shots. That's your goal. We're going to lead the team in most of the scoring categories, but we need you to hit the quality shots. We don't need everyone to play one-on-one. That happens a lot. There's a lot of one-on-one going on, and not a lot of greatness was happening off of this one-on-one at all. Once again, you get the mismatch. If Fred and Rudy Gobert is guarding him, Fred, do your thing. If it's Pascal against a shorter guy, do your thing. But not when it's Pascal. No, Pascal can do his thing, and so I think Scottie as well. But if it's Fred going against a Mikal Bridges, this is when we gotta be more organized. Like, this is not the right look. This is not what we should do. The right offensive play is put it back to the top, try to figure out the play. I know people want to go fast, but don't, because it hurts your half-court offense. And that's what it comes down to. Your half-court offense was trash. It was trash. For the second year in a row, your half-court offense was trash, and that's all because there's no organization. When Kyle Lowry was there was organization. You know why? Because your number one option was Pascal Siakam. Your number two option was Kyle Lowry. Number 3 at that time was Fred VanVleet. Then you had Norm do his thing. Then you had OG. Hence, they traded Norm so OG can get more touches. Like, exactly why they traded Norm. Not just because of the contract, because of that as well. So in saying all that, there needs to be organization. When we won the title, it was Kawhi, Pascal, Kyle. When it was DeMar and Kyle, it was DeMar, Kyle, JV. There was always organization. You need organization to win a title. Always. You go Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday. But when it comes down to the last 5 minutes, you have a Chris Middleton. You have it. Which leads to my part 3 video. What the Raptors need, and I'm just saying it right now, they need multiple things. It's just my thought process right now as we speak. They need a guy of the quality of Chris Middleton to help Pascal Siakam. Please stay tuned to that. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.